Hey all lizards, welcome back to the Long War. We have yet another pack active. We have more things to worry about. But we are on the verge of potentially snagging yet another Muton Elite capture, which would honestly be the icing on the cake of awesome that we've been able to pull off so far. So what I'm gonna do is try to get a heater here. The crit is unlikely to kill the guy. He's not shredded. I think it crit 6 max. The crit is highly likely, however. It may be safer to get Mammy to come out here and just drop him for, like, what does he got? He got 7 hit points. I don't think I've ever seen the heater crit 7 without shred. Let me give that a go. 3 damage. Okay, that's not huge. And I don't think the pistol can crit for anymore. What are the odds on that capture now that he's at 4? What we got? 54. That 3% may be important, but I have seen a pistol crit for 4. Have I not? Can this crit for 4? It can do 2 damage. I think it can actually crit for 4. So that means I'm probably going to try for the capture right now. I don't want to risk failure.
Subduing target.
Oh, that's 2 captures of heavy weapons in one mission. Belchior MVP. Because that's just how Portuguese is. Amazing. Wow, Brazilian monster. No, he's actually Portuguese. He's legit Portuguese, I think, from his flag. Let me see. Yeah, I see the red. That is a Portuguese flag. So, frickin' Portuguese power, man. Belchior just absolutely manhandling aliens with the arc thrower. That's 2 heavy weapons in one mission.
Take cover.
I am very proud of that man right there. Alright, good freaking work, people. Good freaking work.
Heading there now.
We're not going to cheat into the UFO for obvious reasons. We do not want to get the outsiders active when we have this much against us. 5 mutons, 1 thin man, 1 heavy floater, and yeah, 7 more aliens still to drop before we go in. This has been a very well-staffed mission from the aliens' perspective, and I have to say, that's really good for us. Mainly because we're going to be burning them through a lot of supply here. These are stacked packs. I mean, like, stacked packs. So, we should see a pretty considerable supply drop by the time this is all said and done. And that's going to be very, very nice. I want to put Blair somewhere where she's not going to get absolutely taken apart.
I'm on my way.
Kind of the same thing with Beth. I just want to set this up as a giant little murder hole when they come out.
Defensive position here.
Perfect. And Overwatch there. Yeah, Tyler, because they're all going to come out of this little hole, basically. They're all going to come out of there, and I want Overwatch waiting to greet them when they do. I just want to avoid the risk that the grenade's going to get tossed here and kill that Muton Elite. I don't want them to coup de grace their own guy because they're afraid of him getting captured. Can we put Blair here without her getting wrecked? Yeah, we can. Alright. And we're going to do a shotgun here because close range is made for shotgun. Alright. Shotgun is for lovers. What do we got? Something coming down there. Not sure what. Okay. There's something coming there. I'm not sure what it is. But if it lands and shoots us, it ain't going to be happy. Alright. We can move Mammy up a tile. Up here to full cover. Keep leapfrogging. We can move, I think, now Charles then. Yes, get out of my head, Charles, and go right here. And set up the Overwatch. This has been a pretty standard warfare. No really strong psychic units here to worry about. So a lot of our anti-psychic technology, so to speak, has been more or less not used. But I'm kind of okay with that. We had a lot of people with Psi-Inspire in case we needed it. Whereas, yeah, Belchior does not want to be down there. Belchior wants to be up here in a happy, safe place. He's done his work. We're going to take the fight away from the Muton Elite that's sitting there all zappy-zapped. Vandal, hunker down, because that thing's probably going to hurt you in the face. Let's see what that is. It's running down the pipe. I want to see what all the mutons do. Hey, y'all activated on me. I'm just saying. I'm just waiting here to greet you in the way that XCOM is used to greeting you. Yeah, it's time to kill. Absolutely. I agree, Escobar. It is. It is the hour of killing. Alright, you know what? Let me get Meepy up here and get that Overwatch up. He'll probably be fine. Shadow Beef, set up. Vandal, hunker down. This is gonna look awfully familiar. But I do not want to take the first move here. It is not to my advantage to do so. I just want to wait them to twitch. That's the heavy floater. Hey, buddy. 12 damage to the face. That's what we do to heavy floaters around here. 44 and 52 respectively. Can you hear the from the left side? Indeed, 9. It's just surgical with that gun. Damn! Every time. You just wait for that Overwatch to fire. You hear from that long distance and something dies. It's amazing. I love it. Weren't you reloading? Were you even on Overwatch? Like, what the hell? I don't think she was actually on Overwatch. I think I reloaded her last turn. Doesn't matter. She just, you know what? It's fine. Are we all good here? Oh, we actually Overwatching everyone. All right, screw it. Let's just Overwatch everyone. Keep coming down the murder hole, murder hole, murder hole. Mammy's gonna crit you? No, he's not gonna crit you, but he's gonna do 10 damage to you raw. That's insane. Yeah, you double move, son. This is gonna look familiar.
There's something out
We're just gonna camp. I mean, this is like being a camper in a first-person shooter. I realize that. It's not the most honorable strategy, but it's legit. It's legit. We're just gonna keep reloading the guns. There's gonna I knew there's gonna be more. Hey, there's the straggler thin man. Oh. Right? 9 damage. Oh god. It's so predictably amazing. Oh my god. Escobar. ¿Por qué? Oh, it's so good. It's just like, it's like shooting fish in a very, very small barrel. I want to get Zyther up a little closer. He's apparently not doing enough here. He's not getting close enough for the beatings to continue. He really needs to get some kills, because right now Escobar and Mammy are doing the work. Alright, Baker, yeah, get over here. We're probably going to go up inside the UFO here. Some near future. What are we looking at as far as alien presence? 4 mutons. Yeah, we're definitely whittling the numbers down, and it is being done in a safe and responsible manner. I feel like I'm selling some kind of organic yogurt, right? These goats have been milked in a safe and responsible manner, and they liked it. Alright, well, Meepy, where can we go? I don't know where we can go with you. Shadow Beef, I know what we're gonna do with you. We're gonna keep you exactly where you've been sitting. Because apparently that's your happy place, where you can drop the most number of bodies for least cost. Yeah, they're like, I don't want to go out there, you go out there.
How was that?
Isn't it Clyde's turn? I guarantee one of his best named Clyde. Yeah, I know this is not the most exciting strategy, but like I said, it's not to my advantage to go in on 4 mutons when there's outsiders potentially to be had there as well. I can wait you bastards out all day. Come on.
What was that sound?
I don't care about the meld. I got like 300 in my storage room. There we go. Hey, buddy. Oh, he was smart. He got to the point where we can't actually Overwatch him. That's fun. Hi. Mammy doesn't care about your cover. Mammy's gonna hit you on a 50%. What do we got? 78 on SK. That's almost unfair. Tyler, we got a 60. Oh, it's almost unfair. Zyther. Oh, Zyther doesn't see the guy. Zyther doesn't see this guy? Really? That's kind of weird.
Moving.
Let's shift Zyther around. Maybe there's mutants coming around in the other doorway here. It'd be useful. Hey, buddy. What are your odds? Hey, there's a coin flip, Zyther. Alright. Coin flip not successful. I'm sure Beth can get him, I think.
In play.
We're gonna keep circling around here a little bit.
Moving.
To give us more angles on the shots, because we're holding the fort down pretty well. What's up? 53 versus an 83 on the flush. That's a kill, yeah. Got him before he got through the door. He wanted to go back home. He wasn't gonna do it. Nagada. Alright, never said it. Let's go... Freaking... Yeah, Tyler's doing fine where he is. I just love that shot. There's the ever dependable shot from Escobar. Just like, every time. You just wait for it to come in from the left of the screen and just knife down for exactly 9 damage, no matter what. 1 DR, it'll still end up somehow being 9 damage. It's just too Too amazing. Alright. What do we got? So I got 3 mutons, right? Yeah. 41 aliens so far. You know they weren't skimping on the supplies here.
Heading there now.
We're gonna start moving in a little bit here. Just because I want to move this along. I don't really want to be sitting out here for half an hour camping. And since we're only looking at 3 mutons and potentially the outsider pack, we have, I think, the power to handle this pretty well. We do have healing restorative mist. I may pop that restorative mist before Baker goes in on there. Just because we can top off a little bit. Basically, the only other person is Blair. But the 5 damage there is going to be the difference between armor damage and no armor damage. And I'm a fan of no armor damage, for damn certain. Let's get Blair in the corner. She's going to have to be doing melee range engagements shortly. Yeah, just sit down here on the pulse lance and Overwatch. We'll reload you with lock and load next turn. Mammy, get up a little closer here. So we're going to keep this front line as our strong point, making sure anything that comes out of that ramp is going to be having a really bad day. Tyler, get up here.
On my way.
Set that up. Meepy, what am I going to do with you? I'm deadly afraid of Meepy's health, because he's only got 12 hit points.
Confirmed.
Let's scoot him out here.
On target position now.
Just because he can move so damn far with that storm gun and the Aegis armor. That's fine. Modco could probably retake this position now that we're shifting over and moving up the ramp while overwatching. And Escobot, I just want those shots to continue. I just want those beatings to continue until alien morale drops. Now what do we got? They do not want to come out. They're just like, I ain't going in there. You saw what happened to Bob? Yeah, and Jim, and Ted. Oh, Ted, really? Yeah, I liked him. He had the best jokes. I'm trying to think of a floater joke, but I just can't really get one. I apologize. I don't know, I'm just not clever enough right now. What kind of jokes do floaters tell? You know what happened when I lost my legs? Nothing! Oh, God, I'm a bad person. Alright, let's go up here.
I'm on it, Commander.
Get Zyther watching the door and also that door. Like, they can hear the mech stomping around outside. You know how we get the oral cues that tell us where the aliens are? The aliens are getting the same thing for XCOM. They're like, they're right outside the door, man! They're gonna kill us, man! It's game over! They're gonna freaking just turn around with their guns, just shoot us in the head. It'll be okay, Ted. No, you haven't seen what happened to every single thing that ever landed. Ever! It's not a good track record. This one will be different. That's what they always say. They're ethereals. They say dumb shit. Alright. Enough alien politics. Belchior, get up here. It's like grenade bait. They're gonna have to come out to see this. They're gonna see this. They're gonna get like all excited and they'll be like, I'm gonna kill 3X. Oh, and then they're gonna die. Aquí. Alright. If y'all are just gonna sit in there, I'm gonna enjoy taking you apart. Yeah, you're fine there. On the off chance, something actually comes out right now. Okay, so they're shifting around, I guess.
Hey, you hear anything?
Yeah, I do. I hear mutons. So we still have 3 mutons, and I don't want to activate the outsider packs. With my luck, it's going to be 5 or 6 things in the outsider pack, including like mechtoids. We've seen that now. Mechtoids in the outsider pack, which is freaking scary, honestly. We're going to get more of our frontliners up into the fight now. We're going to have to start taking the UFO. They're obviously not coming out, which is why I started shifting around once the force concentration went down to manageable levels, effectively. And we're going to scoot around out here. Now, the downside is outsiders are going to have kind of the same situation on us. My guess is they're sitting in this little gap area. They tend to sit there on these units, but they could also be in the actual nav room for a change, which hasn't really happened on any of these landings for us lately. Belchior, yeah, I may put you where Mammy is right now. I want to put you... I could put him here. Chances are the mutant won't do that. And he has Titan armor, so I don't mind playing a little bit of chicken with his health. And we're going to put Meepy right there to give us Overwatch through the door. That works for me. Shadow Beam, just keep doing what you're doing, girl. Alright. Blair, get by the door in case something comes through it. So you can shotgun it with authority. Fine here. Can we Restorative Mist right now? We can Restorative Mist right now and max out hit points. We still have 1 left. I think that's fine. It's worth the move. It's one to max out. I don't want Beth to take any health damage if she can avoid it.
What the hell was that?
Still waiting on the mutons. Mammy's now in position. And it does look like we're going to have to go in after them. They're not coming out, which is not great. Because 3 mutons supporting outsiders is not my idea of a good time. That's actually pretty frightening because they have the grenades to make the area for the outsiders to shoot in that much bigger. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. So we're going to have to get really good intel before we rush in. Mammy's going to be critical in that. He's got the battle scanner and he's got the motion track still. If we see something right next to the door, we may go in after it, but
Good copy. Moving on target.
for the moment, we're going to have to breach this UFO and expect at least 8 aliens, probably minimum, to deal with. And that's a scary thought for even the most hardened XCOM operatives. That's not a good day at the office. It really isn't.
Es hora de matar.
All right, you have lock and load. That's perfect. Okay, let's just go watch all around and see what we got. All right, looks like we're gonna have to drop probably a motion track, then a scan. What are we looking at here, Mammy? What are we looking at? Okay, we got a pack bunched there, but this appears to be the command pack, and there doesn't appear to be any sign of the actual mutons, which is weird. I don't see them anywhere, unless those are actually the mutons that I'm seeing, which is possible. In that case, let me start moving folks up. The mutons may have just run for the hills. We'll clean this up and just go home. Alright, keep a watch on the door in case they do pop out of there. But it looks like we may be going in after the outsider pack and thereby drawing the mutons out, which is a weird thing to be doing. But, you know, whatever. I guess it's a weird mission. Sometimes you get weird ones. This is definitely one of them. Yeah, Meepy's just so squishy. I'm just worried about moving him anywhere lest he pops. He's gonna be guaranteed cover because he doesn't have Overwatch on his either, so he's gonna be able to show up here. And he has no more repair. His functionality is flashbang, smoke, a grenade, and some really inaccurate fire. So, you know, there's that. I'm gonna get the storm gun. Again, flanking unlikely with the amount of firepower bearing down this door, but still scared for Meepy a little bit having him that close. It scares me that that's the closest pack, and it's obviously the command pack. That looked like definitely a party of 5 in the non-90s sitcom slash drama. What is that, a drama? I don't even know what we classify that as anymore. Alright, one last round. Reload that.
Let's do this.
Alright, and then we're gonna open up this door and say hi to the outsiders. And probably their mutant buddies. I mean, we gotta be prepared for that. Okay, well, not much else to do except see who's home. Hey guys. Really? I saw the pack right out here. So I know your asses are out there. Okay. I saw the straight pack right there. How is that not where the outsiders are? Tell me. Are they outside by the other power supply? That could be. Huh. Okay. Well, we're gonna take the interior of the UFO now.
Position confirmed.
And figure out what's going on. This is very concerning and interesting at the same time. I guess they may well be in the nav bay? I guess they're in the nav bay for a change. Okay, well, that's interesting. If they were out here, we would have seen at least one part of the unit, I think, given where the motion tracker was telling us the units were. Alright, well, this is the scariest part of every mission, because we're voluntarily putting ourselves in close quarters against the aliens who know the ship better than we do. That's every breacher's worst nightmare, because you know they know the terrain, and you know you don't know the terrain. Okay, let's keep the frontline units where they need to be, and everyone else back here, safely behind full cover. Get Tyler out here, watching the broader corner for potential flank that way. Let's get Meepy in this corner, probably the safer corner. I'm gonna shift Tyler over to the next Overwatch point. All right. Well, the breach is on, so I'm hearing them from out there.
Did you hear something?
Where is he? So we're seeing these guys because we have the battle scanner. Okay, this is all down here outside the UFO, cowering like the cowards they are. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go try to push this advantage. We know where they're at now. Can they get to a flanking position on us easily? It's possible. We also know that the outsiders are not here. I am not here. So we can take a hit and run shot with Baker and just run back practically. That's how much badass we have right now. Zyther can also get a flanking shot on most of this. Can we drop these guys now and just call it a day? It's possible. We don't quite have the movement to make that happen and to commit to it. Yeah, we could do a lot of damage though. Like a lot of damage. Blair has good runs, but not quite that much. Let's take a look at Beth. If we trigger the outsiders from here, they could be sitting out there for some weird reason. We'll know that we have our work cut out for us. Hey, little guys. Doesn't look like the outsiders are here either. Alright, so they could be in the abduction bay, or they could be in the nav point. Part of this discovery is going to be dropping these mutons until morale improves. What's up, guys? Let's drop you first. 11 damage, very nice.
Alien contacts are withdrawing.
Target
They freaking
neutralized.
better be withdrawing, because apparently they're getting their asses handed to them. This guy is easily flankable by Zyther. Alright, let's put Zyther up in here. Let's have our mechs do the work.
Affirmative, Commander.
We know the outsiders aren't here, so these guys are not going to be happy. Even if they do like 2 damage with their grenades to us, it ain't going to be much. Beth, can you get another fire shot there? Another critter screen shot. That's what I was expecting to happen, actually. So Zyther can get the kill. These mutons are not happy. They are not. 85%. I thought Smiles' will was better than that. Alright. 100% kill. They're just in a murder corridor right now, and they ain't happy.
Hostiles down.
Alright, so we're clearing up the mutons. They basically just ran out to this position as quickly as possible. I don't want to put Beth here in case he tosses a grenade, because... Why do you keep calling her Beth? It's not Beth. It's Blair. Blair!
Headed there now.
Where? You there? Where? Blair! And then we have a shot. Tyler, get up here. Let's keep moving our main troops up here. Mammy also kind of a main man. Kind of like Lobo. We're kind of doing the Lobo thing on Mammy. Main man. I love that. I mean, I gotta say that character is so 90s. It hurts, but I got a soft spot for the main man, honestly. Lobo is awesome, and don't let anybody tell you different. Because he just reminds me of like the goofiest professional wrestler. It just, I don't know. He's just one of those comic book characters you can't but love, honestly. He's just such a goofball. He's great, and he's like thumbed his nose at Superman all the time. He's just such a good character. He's really, really amazing. All right, so they didn't even do anything. Mammy, can you tell me where the muton is? Have you seen the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? He is sitting down here, right there in Drury Lane. Chances are he's overwatching right now. So whatever mech goes in there first is gonna get overwatched. That's okay. I'm gonna punch this muton away from the body of the UFO. Not Mammy. Beth can punch.
I'm on my
You're gonna get punched in the head. Oh, you didn't overwatch. You ignorant, sad sack son of a bitch. Alright, well, just go
Approaching
then.
to engage.
19 damage. Okay. So, mutons dealt with. 44 aliens killed. This was a big mission for an abductor. Abductor isn't a larger landing. The supply barge is a bigger one. So, again, I'm not sure where they are. They meaning the command pod. I'm going to take a guess and assuming it's in actually the command space. Which for once would make sense. However, I'm not sure about this. So what I am going to do is wait for an oral cue to tell me different. Basically.
There now.
That's the plan right now. I'm going to wait for that oral cue. And then we're going to go in.
Moving.
Because that's the last pack we heard. And there's no way there's any more on this damn map. That's just been... It's been a long haul.
Online.
Let's get Meepy right about there.
Moving to position.
Moving to position. Overwatch. Where's the oral cue? I'm waiting for it. No oral Q. Maybe they're not actually in the command base. I'm gonna obviously wait a turn or two until I'm convinced of that. But if not, then they're out in the
On my way.
kind of abduction supply area, and that'll be a little harder to fight down because there's a lot of really
Good to go.
annoying full cover space we have to worry about. Are we all full up on rounds besides our mechs? We can use to refill the heater. We're going for the last breach. We gotta make sure we're set up. Let's listen. Are you here or are you on the other side? Okay, one more Overwatch and then we'll see where they are. By now... Okay, they're on the other side.
What the hell was that?
And it sounds like a sectoid commander is actually leading the command pod. So, not awesome, but we know our enemies are in this general direction. Luckily, we'll have probably high ground on them, so that's a good thing in and of itself. Downside is we are out of scouting ability, so we don't actually know exactly where these little buggers are. Let's get Mammy. Yeah, we're gonna have to take this nice and slow. Just like as if we were assaulting a base. In fact, this is base assault practice right now. Let's get it nice and easy. Go down the pipes, nice and slow. Make sure we take blue moves with the Overwatches. We heard them down there. They could be right in the center. They could be down one of these corridors. As soon as we hit those doors up there, we'll know for sure. So let's get this done right before we potentially get killed.
Solid copy.
But I think this can be handleable. Sectoid commanders, not the scariest things anymore, because we have a lot of ability to make things die. And just a straight up hit and run shot from Vandal should pretty much seal the deal on anything we see. I'll be alright.
Headed there now.
Ugh. I gotta say, this has been a big, big landing, and they spent a lot of supply trying to make this a success, and we just quite literally just kicked them in the junk so hard that they're gonna have a problem coming back from this. This and the base assault, if we get 2 base assaults and this mission done, Alien's gonna be hurting, and that's what I'm looking for. More size. It looked like it's dead center, actually, which is pretty interesting. Alright, so we're going to get kind of up to the edge of this before we breach the front door, basically. Alright, Tyler, you need to be moving a little better than this, bro. Alright, let's see. Meepy, can you get yourself here? I'm moving Meepy first because we're testing the vision. If he takes vision, we know that we'll be able to move him out because his movement is ridiculous now with the storm gun and no rockets on him. Alright, Zyder, you're obviously going to be frontlining, and we're going to, again, just get up on the ramp before we peep over the said ramp, before we take vision, so we're ready to get to cover positions and support each other as needed. Do the same thing on this side. Where are you? You're not at the top of the ramp. You're 1 tile back. So we're going to do exactly that. Use any closer, and we run the risk of peeping these guys early.
Heading to
That's
that
not
location.
a good thing. And get the shotgun up on you, and then we're going to take vision, and then we're going to have to compensate and deal with whatever happens. So the real breach is going to happen in a second. Let's get ourselves up in the corner and see what we've won. Tyler, can you get here? You can't get here in a blue move? You can't get here in a blue move? No, you can. Don't give me that guff. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Where is... But Meepy's probably the least important person to get into position right now. He can be our scout. Let us know what's out there, and then we'll get the hell out of the way for the big artillery to arrive.
On it.
Okay. They're not here. I am not here. They could be here, given the way the audible was working. So let's take vision on this side. Who would be best? I think Mammy would be best from this angle. That would guarantee that I would know where the enemy is. That we can make appropriate judgments. Okay, nothing here. So I guess they were actually sitting here in the abduction bay. Interesting. And we have vision on this space. So I think I'm pretty comfortable moving up like this.
Moving out.
Yep, okay. So they're not in this space. They're definitely out here, and that means we can get them pretty good. Because this is full cover for us and a wide open space with half cover for them. So they are in a bad spot, and that's really good for us. We definitely did exactly what we needed to do on this mission. Totally unknowing. I'm not taking credit for that, but we literally circled around their strong point and came at them from the back while dispatching the rest of their allies. That was really, really nice. I did not have the intel for that. But I'd like to think that if we were running this as a proper operation, we would have known that, and we just gone in, just surgically taken this apart. Alright, I like this. I like this plan. It's a good plan. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to roll down here, roll to these doors. But in case they do patrol out, I'm not entirely convinced I understand the behavior of the command pack after every single alien is down. I've seen them patrol a little bit before, which is weird. And I want to make sure that if they do that, we're prepared. Okay, so they're on the right side of this. I do hear that, actually. All right, let's keep the action flowing here. Yeah, they're basically outside this window. All right, we know what's up, so we're gonna show them what's up in a second. Marvelous. Okay, so we're gonna be all set to just break wind.
Moving.
Not the word I meant. Break through, probably the correct word. Very nice. All right, let's get Tyler up as far as he can go. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna see him from here. There's no way. There's double height on all sides. And this is why fighting into here is bad. You go through here and you hit the command pack, they can take high ground with full cover against you. If you don't have explosives to break them, it's not a good scene for you.
Move order confirmed.
But now we have the advantage. We won't be on the high ground, granted, but they'll be out in half cover and they'll be just, oh. It's gonna be the most glorious of slaughters. Shadow Beeve, probably not the most useful unit right now. I'll put her back here. She may have the angle on a couple shots, but I don't want to put her in a place where she's going to get shot at. Meepy kind of the same boat. He already did his work.
I'm on it, Commander.
I'm going to keep him back here just a little bit safer because his hit points are just too damn low. I feel even more comfortable putting Modko out here
Good copy.
because his grenades are going to help us clear cover. Alright, so you just sit there on the Overwatch, and Mammy also come to the edge here. And now is the time when we breach. Alright. It's time. Let's see what we've won.
Enemies inside.
That's a big command pack. And it's all sectoids. Okay, so there's 2 sectoid commanders here. And a bunch of sectoids here that don't know that this set of units is here. Okay. So this is gonna be more or less a giant orgy of murder from our perspective. From them, it's gonna be the scariest thing they've ever experienced in their entire lives. For us, it's gonna be pretty much just target practice. That's glorious. So I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna put Blair here because Blair is resilient. I'm gonna put Mammy back here, and then we're just gonna go to town with all 3 units here have hit and run. So basically,
Heading to that location.
these sectoid commanders are done. They are dead. They are officially completely dead. They're bigger than I remember. Look at the size of these little guys. They're just peachy keen little peachy. All right, what's up? Hey, Lamau. That's so much crit. That's so much crit. And Blair's gonna Blair just did the work. Now Baker's gonna do the work.
Moving out.
She has hit and run too, and she is angry. The other guy. 97, really? Bye, little dude. Bye, little dude. Do we take kinetic strike on this? We could take kinetic strike on this. Probably worthwhile to take kinetic strike on this. Let's take kinetic strike on
Engaging
this.
in close
Instead, like
combat.
punching sectoids. Play sectoid commanders. 20 damage from that. So the mind control is done. And now Mammy can go in and start murdering sectoids. What's up, little dudes? There's a lot of things that are going to die very quickly here. And a bunch more. Okay, so this is pretty much... This is about as one-sided and absolute tear as we're going to see in quite a long time in XCOM land. Hey, little guys. I'm glad I didn't trigger this pack early. This much mind-controlling crap would have been really unpleasant. I'm going to take the guaranteed kills on Zyther. Oh, and he earned the promotion. Finally. A little more tank on the Zyther to add to his spank. Let me go What is the next position that is gonna take a chunk out of these sectoids? I guess Escobar can probably do work. Got 53. This is full cover, granted, so they can still do a little annoying stuff, but they are effectively done for here. We can suppress. Man, we drop the other guy, and then there's just that one sectoid left, and he's gonna be all alone. Alone in the dark. What's up?
Adieu.
Adieu. Alright, and let's suppress the last guy so he doesn't try anything stupid.
Aye, aye.
And that's all she wrote, man. This mission is rapidly coming to a
Roger
close.
that.
Little sectoid. I may give Meepy the kill, honestly. He's gonna be one of the few guys to get into
Roll it
flanking
out.
position on this little bugger. We'll be fine. Escobar could probably drop him from here, but why bother? If he moves, he's dead, effectively. Alright, dude. Your move. Nope. That's one dead sectoid. Kind of a, I don't know. I want to say
I'm on the move.
anticlimactic end to the mission, but given how many nice things we've done all day. 41, how is this not a flank? The step in the flank isn't enough for you? Really? Alright, whatever. Try it. Yeah, he wanted to kill.
X-ray down.
Everything by the numbers.
52 aliens on an abductor landing. They pulled out all the stops, but we stopped them cold and got 2 heavy weapon captures. That is massive. Because not only can we finish our research, now we can actually build a heavy weapon. Gonna be a sniper rifle. It's gonna be. This is fatigue wounds. Yeah, it's fatigue wounds. Zyther and Baker, I mean, they went out there, got a promotion, and got fatigued. They did the work. Don't care. You're not a scout. You're a pathfinder. Nice. I would like this, but I will take tankiness. Always take tankiness on a mech. Zyther. Well, you just got absorption fields too, so now I'm even more comfortable putting you in the driver's seat. Damage control is going to be handy here too. I mean, these are all such good promotions, but abs fields, they both need tank. Good work for everybody on that mission, man. Good freaking work. And Beth, welcome to Master Sergeant Land. 2 alien heavy weapons is a glorious thing to see. So many corpses, so many enemies. 111 fragments, 162 alloys, 120 Lyrium, 29 meld from just killing enemies. We didn't get any meld containers, I don't think. 1 power source damage, a couple surgeries, a couple stasis tanks we're going to sell for cash. That was a haul and a half, and that is even before we get into the actual base raid. I consider that a great success, and I have been urged. This has been a long war, and we're going to keep giving it to the aliens as bad as we gave it to them that time. I do hope indeed I will see you all next time. Till then.